welcome back to EAFC Gameplay Analysis, guys. My name is John. This is Mastering EAFC the right way. If you guys are stuck at Division 4, you're stuck at Division 2, Division 1, whatever it is, and you want that 850 SR button, well, guys, tune in to me every single day because we're going to be dropping as much gameplay analysis as we can, where I break down my gameplay and show you guys all the steps and tools that you need to do in order to achieve that next level. This is the right way to run. We're not going to do anything exploitations. I do make a lot of mistakes in this, so I'm going to show you guys my mistakes. I'm also going to show you guys the different things. I'm going to try not to pause it as much as I've been pausing it quite a bit this week. So we're going to try to keep this one flowing and running through. So here we go. There's a step. He has a fullback out of position. All we need to do is create that back run. Patience, little speed boost. He slides right into that space. So we almost had that space. That was just a really well-timed position. But guys, when we get tackled, it's better against the better, right? It's not necessarily we're just doing dumb stuff all the time. He just made a really dumb movement, and I missed this. I missed this one big. So I missed this mistake pretty big. So there's that step. All I have to do is create a creative run this way or a player lock, and then I'm good. Or even a double tap triangle there, I think, or I don't like the lob there because it's too much time. The defense is able to set back up, but yeah, that's where it is. 1, 2, nope, bad pass there. I don't need to be doing that. That's what I need to clean up. Those are extra possessions I just don't need to force. I'm so what happens is I'm so used to winning the ball in this position. I'm so used to winning this and then just trying to get it all the way forward. Boom, 1, 2, 3, and then getting right into that space, and I missed that tackle again. So we're really close. But we're missing those. However, the fact that I've been getting that a lot usually goes into a high scoring match. So I haven't really reviewed this. I do know I have some mistakes in this one because I have it in my mistakes counter, or view. But yeah, so that fullback's high. That's good. There's that rotation. We pull the center back. Now we're going to step, wait for his movement, and that's all we needed to do. Again, I miss a shot. Simple shot. I should have missed. I'm telling you, if you've been watching my gameplay this week, I've been having such an issue with this. Yes, I have Conte as a cam. I put the immortality thing on him, and it's absolutely phenomenal. But this is where I'm really good at. I'm really good at getting to this spot, and I'm really bad at finishing right here. So I keep on thinking they're trying to move this keeper. I just needed to chip this, right? I'm so against chipping because of how fast that Ferdinand is running straight to the goal. So I know low driven works, but the Dama card doesn't have low driven, so it's almost like it's so annoying. It's just so annoying when you get that and you get that close and you just can't get rewarded. That's like 3 or 4 chances I should have converted already. So finishing right now is one of my biggest weaknesses. I will say is it's such a weakness for me because I get so many opportunities, and honestly, my thing is I get tons and tons of opportunities. There's a nice little draw. I get tons of opportunities, but my conversion ratio is so low that it's if I was able to increase my conversion ratio, I mean, there would be 4 people in the US that could beat me. You know what I mean? But right now it's much higher than that because of my conversion ratio. It's because my defense is is very analytical. It's very precise. If I have the right players, just the right players, not the most expensive players, the right players, I can usually defend very, very well. If I can convert, it's not about chance creation typically for me. It's almost like I have a curse because sometimes I get into chances too fast. And what I mean by that is just right here. I get into this chance way too fast. Look at how fast this chance is. I want to continue this. I don't need to. So I need to pull out and I need to draw back and I need to let this go. But I just see the space and I see him make a mistake and I see this opening that I want to go there. I don't need to do that. I don't need to sprint boost into that space, right? But look at this. His center back's so high. It's just but I made a mistake. I didn't need to do that. And so what happens is whenever I play lower ELO players, I'm not saying this is lower ELO players, this is the rivals, is they will essentially make these mistakes like that or some weird mistake, and it ends up being a benefit for them because I'm not anticipating how that mistake is, this weird tackle. Why did he tackle like this? This is ridiculous. It's just tackle spam. And right now, something I do like to talk about is data collection. And data collection is probably the most important topic I can ever mention when it comes to high level gameplay. And right now in high level gameplay, our data for this Rio Ferdinand card should be what? If you guys think, ask yourself and answer this question to your head. I'm going to give you 3 seconds. It should be what? What should we be thinking about what this guy is going to do based off what he's already done? He's going to sprint and charge at us like no other. So I should be expecting that. I should be expecting him to be in a really terrible position. Look how bad his position is. I don't need to be going at him, right? He's going to, like, I need to be avoiding that position. There's some players you can take on, and then there's players that tackle spam. This guy's a tackle spammer. You can already sense it. Because you can see he's right. It's how much movement there is on a center back. So it gives me a lot of space and a lot of chances, but it's also making me rush my position a little bit further than I like. That's where Conte's really good right there. Those rebound positions, he's really good at end up winning the play in the final movement at that camp spot. I can't explain it. There's a really good dribble move that allows us the space. I did not need to pass that. I should have played it with Mateo. So you can see this, guys. I'm a little bit like, you can see I'm definitely winning this game. Like, I'm definitely ahead of this play, but like you can see I'm being super sloppy, right? So this is the difference between skill levels sometimes is you can be better than your opponent, but playing poorly. And they will be really locked and close and you're playing poorly, but you're like, you know what I mean? But here's the thing. You have to clutch it out. You have to be able to find 15 seconds of gameplay where you're just the better player and you're clinical. You can't just play the entire game as a better sloppy player. You have to be better than him and just lock in and be extremely efficient at your ELO for a few minutes. Now, when you get to my ELO compared to most likely this player at our highest level, I will promise you that my skill level gap is much larger. I'm not saying this. I'm saying this rudimentary. I'm saying this as a stat. I'm not saying this to be like I'm trying to teach. And so when you expect these gaps, all I need is like 15 seconds for a 1200 SR movement in play style versus like a 700 SR player, right? So all I need is 15 seconds to be able to bam, 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 and then we can get goals and we can get those opportunities. But all I need is that. And so when you guys get into matches like right here, so I'm trying to find that. I almost get there. I get the pass off, but right here he moves backwards. And I'm expecting that shot. I'm expecting him to actually animate. And I'm actually expecting him to move the keeper this way. And he doesn't move the keeper. And he doesn't animate. And so I should have rotated and played this. I'm anticipating a different ELO. I hope that makes sense. Most ELO in this scenario would step here. And then they'd move the keeper like back near post like this. They would move it like this. Right? Anders would probably actually like slide tackle here and then move the ball near post. And so essentially what I was expecting is to do that and then step down and then and avoid that one spot. And so then I was going to try to leave the angle open. But what I'm trying to say is I need 15 seconds at my ELO skill level to actually win. And what I mean by it is like at the end of games when your opponent just like, it's almost like, it's weird, right? It's like, okay, you just went up 2 goals in like the 50th minute and then they come back and they play like, it's almost like they handed off like their brother was playing earlier and they handed it off. And next thing you know, they're like this incredible player, right? Well, you're most likely playing a high ELO player that was null in their mind, if that makes sense. So they're like not null in their mind. They're just not playing at the same skill level. Like, oh my gosh, like this is ridiculous. Now he didn't deserve a block in this position. Look at this. There's the step. He steps. I get a really nice animation cancel, rotation, 1-2. He has a really weird position. He's down. I take a sprint touch. I'm trying to shoot it near post, I guess. Oh, dude, my finishing is so bad. But then I'm just spamming circle there. So I just spam circle there, trying to win it to get a chance, and I get that one. So that one's a little bit BS, I guess. But to be fair, how did I get there? That's the real question. How did I get there? Well, he was wide open. Again, there's the rotation. Simple interior play. Again, almost getting a goal. These are the most frustrating matches because this is like number 8. This is opportunity number 8 for me, right? Opportunity number 8. This is one opportunity for him. And so let's see here. And we're in the space and he somehow gets this, dude. So stupid. Look at this. I still defend this. So I'm defending that and I'm open, but I'm closed. Look at the animation. The animation's past me. Animates past me. Now, there's something I could do. Okay, now this is the next level. This is something I'm trying to practice right now. It's really hard, but basically when I'm defending essentially like it's hard to explain, but I basically need to move the keeper and defend the opposite angle. And so what happens is when you get two defenders doing the same thing, that's usually when the mistakes are made. So like you can see how I'm both charging this way, and then we're seeing that this movement's going to take both of us this way. So what I should do with Pacheco is stay flat here and then just rotate this way and then have this rotation. You see this? So I should be stepping like that. And dude, that is such a small mistake. That's a tight goal, man. That's a really tough goal. He gets like a 0.1% goal. You know what I mean? Like a ridiculous. But I've been missing wide open like 50%ers. So there you go. Now it's game on again, and that is FIFA though, guys. That is this game, right? It's one of those things that you have to be able to lock it down. So I made a mistake, and my mistake was that I think I pressed. It was actually earlier in it. I pressed way too high too early, and it opened it up. But there he is. He's pressing again, and so I wasn't trying to do that. I wasn't trying to do Elastico there. Usually, if you see me do Elasticos, that's because I made a wrong button mechanic. This play right here, guys, this is very common, but ultimately he's trying to make this pass, right? So he's trying to make this pass. And so if you look at that, there's actually an offside trap. Do I pull the offside trap? Yes, I do. So you can see this. I pull the offside trap because I expect him to do this. And so he's not expecting this. This is a very high level play. So right here, I hit the offside trap, and then that eliminates that pass through. So if I do make a step, guys, you will see me use offside traps quite a bit. It's a really tough skill. He cuts in on the interior there, and I just make sure it's just trying to beat that space. There we go again. I'm trying to beat that space, and that's a big jump. That's a risky jump with the fullback. I knew this guy, and so that was able to get a little bit of an edge. And dude, that Fernandand is so fast, man. Why is he so fast? There's the double tap. Patience, wait for the movement, and there's another tag. I kid you not, this guy's probably at, I think this, yeah, we're going to go, I think this one goes full time. So, but this, I guarantee you, he gets like, he's at 40 tackles or 38 tackles at half. There's no way, and there's another one. Boom, right through. And I get really close to opponents. I do know that. I really bend the position. I don't really try to go at opponents. I like to try to attack an opponent versus go at them. And so I try to create an opportunity for commitment. So I try to get in a commitment from them and then avoid it. And then that's how you create separation in the game. So many players, they just want to be avoid, or they want to be aggressive. And so the balance is really trying to find the middle ground between going at a player, right, aggressively to get them to commit and then avoid them passively. So that's really the balance. I'm trying to see I want to see the match stats here. I was like, who is this guy? This guy's going wild. I want to see the match stats, John. Did I show the match stats? There we go. Okay, so he's at 21. I thought he was at much higher. I'm at 17, so I'm taking a lot too. But you can look at this, 77%. That means it's really slow. 7% ball recovery time. That's pretty fast. This is super fast. That means I'm playing too fast. That means I'm playing really, really fast. But look at this. I have 7 shots, 3 goal expectancy. That means I'm at like almost a 50% off of 7 shots, which means that if on the right day, that could be 7 goals. You know what I mean? Usually like less than 20%, under 30% is usually not a goal. Anything over 30% sometimes usually turns into goals. But like 50% is pretty high. So dude, I can't even believe I'm not at 4 goals right now, right? That's like I'm at 20% off of 50%. So it's like there's no way that that this guy and I should be together. So I look at those stats. What that does is when you play this game enough, you do analyze your own stats. You'll understand how you play, when you play, what you do. You know what I mean? And so I look at that as I'm playing too fast. And so so again, I'm making those stupid moves. And there's the fake step. And dude, I'm just trying to create space away from that center back. So it's like I'm trying to get away from the center back now, and then his CDM comes, and then there I go again, too fast. That's a really good pass. There's a step. I need to come interior. There's that initial movement. There's the interior, cover the interior. Exactly what we do. He goes over the top, which is wild, man. That is wild, wild. And I still defend it. That, like, those passes are just, they're such, like, RNG heavy. They're just such luck. They're not, like, it just leaves it up to the opponent. You know what I mean? Like, you're leaving it up to, like, raw mechanics versus, like, some sort of skill. You know what I mean? You're just ripping the pass over the top when you see a small edge. Like right here, we're doing like a lot of cheeky movement. He's like, look how chaotic this play, and then Ferdinand, dude. I'm just like, he's off his line. He's off the defensive line by like a mile and gets a high press tackle from behind, coming from like the fullback position, which it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. There's no structure to it. As you can see, I tackle into structure, send the ball forward. We're trying to win that position. There's a win. I'm trying to double step there. So this is where it gets really fun, guys. So game on. Let's just say game on right here. 1, 2. We're going to try to win this position. He's playing really fast. He's playing super, super fast. I'm playing just a little bit faster. And there's the step right there. We recognize it all the way to the striker. Again, dude, Ferdinand. It's Ferdinand, dude. It's just this Ferdinand guy just cutting me out in every single move, every single stop. Double R1, and he gets a nice goal. This is an edge goal. He barely beats me. So if we talk about the defensive position, I have a step here. No, let's see here. We got to go for it a little bit. Okay, so here we go. We're high pressing with a CDM. This is what can happen when you high press and you play too fast, too quick. So now I don't need to go that way. I need to go inside. There's the good step. Yeah, that actually works out. But wait. I guess okay, so this is it. Sorry about that. Okay, so here we go. We're right. We're fine. Oop. Dude. 2 players in one spot. I need to and yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's hard. This one's hard for me to read, actually. Let me read it again. Because he takes the edge somehow. I just want to see how the edge opens. Because this is me actually learning right now. So bear with me here. There's a step. So this is the mistake. So this is what created the space. And then where's the recovery? So this is a recovery position. I need to continue inward right here. I don't need to cut up. I'm expecting him to cut up and cut down because I don't expect him to take the edge. And he ends up playing that through. Yeah, I probably should have read that. That one's a little bit hard for my eyes just to read, I think, with the color position. But like right here, yeah, I should have read that. That's just the timing on that would just have to be perfect. He really needed me to cut up before that. Had he passed that a half a second earlier, I would have read that. And if he had passed it a half a second later, he would have been in a different position. So that was a really well-timed play. And I just needed to read that better. I did not need to take the interior risk. That was me trying to cheat on the interior, I guess, if that makes sense. So there's the cheat again. I'm trying to double step that. You see how I forced the bad pass? But like he's able to get the ball through, which still is throwing me off. Again, he's playing so aggressive. I was just trying to be cheeky there. I didn't need to be cheeky. I'm playing really bad. There's that dribble step. There's the one space. Patience. Oh, talk about a cheeky play. Right here, and just double step, boom, and I get a tackle step and then rotate. But this is wild. So we wait for it. There's a speed boost. It gets them to step. It eliminates Rio. There's Rio out of position, and then he's that little movement back allows that separation in space. And I'm going to be putting ping pass plus and finesse shot plus on my man Adama. So I'm really excited about that. And that's where ping pass is just going to get better there. So let's see here. Okay, there's the tackle step, forward position. There goes Conte. I have moved Conte from the cam spots, I believe, or I might hold him into that spot, but there's a really good turn. I'm just trying to feed that ball through. That's the only thing I don't like about Pavard. He is essentially a center back. So if he had like a 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills, or like an incisive pass through, or like a ping pass plus type of thing, it would completely change that player for me. But he's literally my favorite. He was my favorite center back for a long time. And so now he's pressing. So now he has to press. So now he's forced to apply pressure. So this is where things get a little bit cheeky, I think. Looks like there's a small exporting error or rendering error. Boom, boom, 1, 2, all the way up to this position. This is what we want to see. We want to see this guy forward, and we want to wiggle out and let this avoid, and that's all we need. And so if he steps down, we're going to slot it. If he steps in, we're going to try to boost, or we're going to wait for Vitinha, and we wait for Vitinha, and then we're able to make that pass. Turn and rotate. 1, 2. Turn, fake, fake, fake. We know he's going to come at me. I'm just trying to avoid that position. Man, I'm honestly, I think I'm scared of the Rio, man, because of how aggressive that Rio is. But that's a really good pass. Hopefully it will let us see it. Yeah, unfortunately, but it goes rip right into this position, and then it goes 1, 2 with that Rio touch step. And so that pretty much seals to the 2 seconds. So now he's really going to have to force a press. So now we can really manipulate. So when you get into this position, guys, you don't want to play slow, but you don't want to play too fast, because now he's going to be forced to actually come at me. So I can stay in this pocket a little bit longer. You can see that. And so then I can then I combo run. He's forced to come at me to a degree to eliminate time. And so that was a big, big play. So if you guys do like this type of content, if you think this is unique, you've never seen this type of content, and you guys like this, make sure you guys subscribe, because I think I'm the only person that really breaks it down the way I do and the way I use my play. I don't use a lot of creative runs. I don't use broken mechanics. You're not seeing me use broken speed runs all the time. I use them here and there. I don't Travella. I don't power shot. I don't do aerial bump downs, like very rarely, and unless they're an extremely unique scenario will you ever see me do that type of stuff. I try to play this game the way the game's meant to play. It's football, it's passing, it's cutting, it's moving, it's shifting, it's rotating, it's jumping players down left and right. And then you can see I put in my Evo right there to basically to call the white flag for them. But you have to just, like, so many people want to just break the game to get better, and you might be able to go up one rank, but in the end of the game, guys, you're not going to be good at the next game, and you're not going to be good at the next meta. You just have to then practice the metas and metas and metas and metas and metas. The reason why I'm good at this game, and the reason why I'm good at the last game, and the reason why I'm good at the next game, and the reason why I'm going to be good at the game in 10 years is because of these small mechanics that I use, and small mindset, not mechanics, but the mindset that I use of making my player go that way while I go this way, and avoiding play, right? And just recognizing where the space is and being able to avoid other opponents and getting them to do things they don't want to do. If you guys can achieve and master that, your gameplay is going to go to the next level. And that's what I hope to accomplish with this video style. So hopefully you guys do drop a like and subscribe. Until next time, guys, we'll see you guys in the next episode.